Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I bet this is going to be a big treat. Final beer of the evening for me, guys. This is Jackie O's Pub and Brewery. This is the Bourbon Barrel Champion Ground. And it is a American Double or Imperial Stout Bourbon Barrel aged. This is a 12%er. Should be a very, very tasty beer. I've not got anything from Jackie O's that was not very, very impressive. These guys know how to do this style of beer very, very well. So, this was sent to me by my brother Rico, and he writes Jackie O's Bourbon Barrel Champion Ground, and he's saying it's 11% Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. It is not, Rico. It is a 12%. It's got it written right here on the label, my brother. 12%. Let me confirm that. 12% alcohol by volume. 12.7 fluid ounces. So Rico, it is a 12%, not an 11%, my brother. I don't know if whatever you looked up was the regular version or a different year, but this one has 12% written on the label here, my friend. It says done with green Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee beans added. Rested in bourbon barrels for 11 months. He said he traded for this. He says he believes it's around 12 bucks. MSRP. I know it's sold at the brewery as well as in bottle shops around the Ohio area. Vintage year and ABV are on the label. Yes, it is, my friend, and it's 12%, not 11. According to the label that's on this bottle, anyway. Vintage year. I did not check that. Let me look and see if I see it. It does say Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout with coffee added. So you probably would not want to cellar this beer because of that. The date is not standing out to me, guys. Let's see if I see it anywhere. Yes. It's on the little flag they've got here at Jackie O's, and it says 2017. And that's all the dating we're going to get, the vintage year. So, a 12%, not 11%, like Rico said, should be a very, very, very tasty beer. I'm hoping we're going to get some of those bourbon notes, and I'm hoping we're going to get some of the coffee. So let's get on with it. Like I said, final beer of the evening for me. Nice hiss, a little bit of smoke out of the bottle. Into the glass we go, and while I pour this, I will tell you the cheese is a buttery Brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss. Let's go down the center on this one. General chocolate, digestive, meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glassware to pint, Bacharonic tumbler snifter, oversized wine glass. I got my favorite tulip glass. It says here can be cellared for a long period of time. Just remember, it's done with coffee. And that may fade over time, so I don't know how long you would want to pick this up and cellar it. And saying it's a 2017 vintage, was it done in January 2017, July, December? I don't know exactly when in 2017, so I don't know the age. That would be pertinent as far as the coffee that was added to it, to know how long you could cellar it. Coffee fades, guys, just like hop stew. So, didn't pour very much of a head. It is pitch black. Let's get it to the nose. Definitely getting the bourbon notes on it. Rich roasted malt. Hints of caramel and toffee and black molasses. A little bit of bittersweet chocolate. Probably going to be some dark fruits coming out once it warms up. The bourbon doesn't seem like it's off the chain, overpowering everything. It smells very, very nice in the glass, guys. Like I said, these guys at Jackie O's do some very tasty beers in this style. And the more it warms up, every time I take a whiff of this beer, I'm getting more bourbon notes. It smells outstanding right now. Already. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Wow. Wow, that's absolutely fantastic. Just enough bourbon to let you know that it is a bourbon barrel. Roasted malt. Bittersweet chocolate. And I am getting a little bit of coconut from the oak barrels. And maybe some licorice or some tobacco in there. And already tasting a little bit of some dates or figs in there. Maybe some darker fruit. And the bourbon is already standing out more and more. Every little sip that I take, I'm getting more bourbon notes. Wow. That's awesome. That is absolutely delicious, guys. Well, you know the deal, the drill. We're going to let her taste it, and we're going to sip on this for a little bit, let it come up to room temperature, and see what we end up with. Pretty impressive right now. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. I think the coffee notes should probably have faded a little bit. Some of these breweries can do a bourbon barrel aged coffee beer and the coffee still comes through. A lot of times when they bourbon barrel age it, the coffee that's been introduced into the beer fades. And not knowing when in 2017 that they actually bottled this, so I don't know how long the coffee has been in the beer, but I'm getting a little, but not a lot. I am getting the bourbon. I'm getting the roasted malt, bittersweet chocolate, licorice, maybe a little bit tobacco, black molasses, a hint of some dark fruit, but the coffee, it's there. But I don't think it's as strong as it would have been before it went into the bourbon barrels and fresh out of the bourbon barrels. I don't know when in 2017 this was put in the bottle, guys. If you're expecting big off-the-chain coffee notes, it's more subdued to me than it could have been or should have been. And like I said, there are some breweries that do some bourbon barrel aged coffee beers that are very, very tasty. I'm not getting a whole lot of coffee. It's there, but it's very subdued. Final chug. Still very tasty though. An excellent final beer of the evening, which it is for me. And as y'all probably have noticed, the IPAs and the double IPAs and the Pilsners or whatever has been sent to me have dwindled down. We've done most of those. So we're going to probably get into some of the heavier beers that's in the fridge and in the closet until I get a shipment of something from somebody that's either an IPA or a double IPA or whatever the case may be. So you're probably going to see some darker beers being done here over the next couple of weeks. So that being said, guys, this is not quite to the 10 category, but it is kicking the door down. Other than having the coffee notes that are subdued, everything else is there. Well-made beer, 12% alcohol is pretty well hidden, other than the bourbon notes, which increases those ABV levels a little bit. Very tasty, guys. It is a very tasty beer. I'm going to give this, if you say it's a 10 beer, oh my God, oh, you're crazy, it's a 10 beer. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm going to give it a 98. That's where I'm going to put this beer. Because I don't know when in 2017 it was done. Was it done in January, June, July, November, December? I don't know how long it's been in the bottle. And for something that's had coffee introduced into it and then bourbon barrel aged on top of that, the coffee notes have subsided. They're a little subdued now. So, but other than that, everything else is there. Very tasty. A great final beer of the evening, which it is for me. Like I said, 98 for me on this one, guys. Let's go over to Beer Advocate, and they say 4.49 out of 5, which is in their, right, it's kicking the door down on their A. That's their A minus, the top of their A minus scale. One digit away from being a solid A. And over to Untapped, these guys say 4.42. That is definitely in their A scale, almost to their A plus scale. Almost some of the best numbers I've seen from them. So definitely in their A category, and it's in my A category also. At the top of the A category, almost to the 10 category. If it wasn't for the coffee being introduced to it and not getting a whole lot of that on the taste and the aroma, I would say yes. So if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. So this is the Jackie O's Pub and Brewery, the Bourbon Barrel Aged Champion Ground 12% Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout with coffee added. Like I said, I think the coffee is a little subdued now. So if you've had it, let me know what you think. And until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.